Hey guys, this is Pharaoh 2091, and welcome back to Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth. Last time we left off, we did a little bit of the investigation in the cargo hold now, and yeah, we found out a lot of interesting things, like Hicks being actually an Interpol agent. If Francisca knew about that, she was going to meet him up here. And then right now, as Mr. LeBlanc was like falling, we had all this logic coming to us. I said, wait a minute, I think I know what really happened. So now it's time for us to connect the logic. So let's see, we got this piggy bank here. So is this can we prove this isn't really a murder weapon? So we have this, and then we can try doing the cause of death, because you see we know that it was extensive bruising from the back of the head down to the mid-back, as it was severely beaten. So it's like, wait a minute, I think we know what might just be going on here. Allegedly, the killer struck the victim many times over, which is why there's extensive bruising over such a wide area. But is that really the correct conclusion to draw from the evidence? The bruise from his shoulder to the middle of his back is one continuous mark, which is more suggestive than of a single blow to the back. If that's the case, then the piggy bank is much too small to have caused that. Therefore, the murder weapon must be something far bigger. So it can't be that Mr. I-Fly piggy bank. But now we know that the weapon couldn't be found anywhere. We also know that must have been a sizable weapon to cause so much bruising. Let's connect those up. If we're looking for a rather large weapon, you'd think it would stick out. But so far we haven't found anything that resembles a weapon of any sort. Perhaps it's something we all overlooked from the very beginning. Because normally it's too impossibly big to be taken into consideration. What was that all about? What was he trying to jump his way down here? Francisca! What? What do you want? I found it, Francisca. I found a real murder weapon. You did? He really jumped! We didn't realize it until now, but the answer has been right in front of us this whole entire time. He might be hurt! We should go check up on him, sirs! There's that pompous attitude of yours again. You should learn to drop that habit. It's coming from a prosecutor with a habit of whipping everyone she comes across. Anyway, if you really are a prosecutor, you'll back yourself up with evidence. You two aren't listening at all, are you? Come on, then. Show me this real murder weapon you speak of. Well, we really don't have it with us, but I can tell you, though. I don't have any evidence to show you. Foolish reasoning for a foolish fool, for a foolishly foolish fool meant to fool me. What do you mean by I don't have any evidence to show? Perhaps I should have phrased it as that which caused Agent Hicks' death is incorporeal. Forgive me, but I do believe I figured out what was the real cause of death. So, as we saw from Mr. LeBlanc falling, it looked like that can be a pretty big bruise, especially if it was from a very high distance, so yeah, a very high, height, so I wouldn't say it's a suffocation or strangulation. That wouldn't cause any bruises, well, from those areas, but, free falling, yeah, I think that could be it. The victim fell from a great height and subsequently died as a result. You know what I'm trying to say. In other words, the real cause of death is a free fall into the ground. He fell to his death? Yes, it was the only plausible possibility. The victim has extensive bruising on the back of his head and his back, and the only rational explanation for his injuries is that he fell to his death. But the murder happened inside his plane! I know. Are you claiming that there's some place in this plane from which he could have fallen from? As I said earlier, the answer has been right here in front of us the entire time. You can't mean... Yes, I do. The victim fell from the top of the stairs at his very cargo hold. What? Then, we're in trouble. We may have a second death on our hands, sir. No, seriously, that guy fell, but... Hey, you! Tell me you aren't dead, pal! Quiet! Why are you screaming? Oh, he's not dead. He's alive! And there you have it, Miles Edgeworth. It's not possible Agent Hicks fell from over railing to his death. That man's living proof of that. I suppose it's true that it's not possible. given the current circumstances. This current circumstances? What is that supposed to mean? Suppose that large piece of cargo wasn't there at the time. What would have happened then? He would have been a Brazilian pancake for sure, pal. I suppose that man over there wouldn't still be breathing. But the reality is that the cargo box is there. So there's no point in entertaining your wild, hypothetical scenarios. It may be there now, but there's no proof that it was always there. Ha! As if there could have been a window of time where that giant box was not there. Ah, but there was. What? What can I use to show her that it's possible the box is not always where it was now? You know what? Jeez, I could have had it somewhere. Nope, no. Is this it? Yeah. Here we go, the refueling, because there was also a transfer of cargo. So it could have been at that time that it wasn't always there.
Take that!
You refueled in the Republic of Zangfa? Yes, this flight had a short layover in Zangfa in order to refuel. But that wasn't the only reason for layover. We also transferred some cargo. What if the box in question was only transferred onto the plane at that time? To further prove my point, let's take a look at what's next to the box in question. Ah, it's labeled Zangfa Express! Correct, meaning it was loaded onto the plane in Zangfa. Okay. Now, what if the box in question was also loaded on at the same time? Would you mean that the box was not here in the cargo hold during the Europe-Zangfa leg of the flight? Making a clear drop from which Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death entirely possible. Ah, but your theory is still very far-fetched. Then allow me a chance to prove how very likely my scenario is. The first order of business will be to examine that piece of cargo in more detail. Which we'll be doing now, because we have a new investigation to go here. So first things first is that we'll go ahead and examine the cargo, which, I believe, yeah, well, could it be, yeah, I guess it's right here. It's a rather large piece of cargo. There's a tag on it, sir. Let's see. Aleph Red Statue, or a Leaf Red Statue. Never heard of it. Nor I, but all I care about is what we can prove it wasn't here at the time of the crime. Let's get investigating, sir. Oh, jeez, he's mad. Look here! Do not go about touching my possessions without my permission. Don't rush up on me like that, pal. So this belongs to Mr. LeBlanc, does it? I should see what else I can find out from him. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to just talk to him about what the hell this is, then. Let's see, what's your cargo? I take it from this large piece of cargo belongs to you, Mr. LeBlanc. Of course it is mine! I shipped this fine piece of art from Europe! This Aleph Red Statue is worth 10 million cents! No, maybe much, much more! Mr. LeBlanc's reason for choosing this plane must have been a large cargo hold. 10 million cents? I suggest you stop trying to calculate how many packets of noodles that makes, Detective. Darn. How did you do that? I feel like you keep getting better and better at seeing right through me every year. So I grow with each revolution of the planet around the sun. I have the distinct impression he continues to madly spin in place. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, so that 10 million cents, is that in euros or in dollars? Does it really make a difference to our case? Mr. LeBlanc, is there a chance that your cargo is related to our murder case? I was wondering if you would allow us to examine it a bit closer. It's a very valuable piece of art, so no, there will be no touching. Ah, damn. Well, wait a minute. Logic time! There we go. Could it be a very valuable piece of art? Could it be that maybe these two can go together? Just maybe. Let's connect these two, maybe for the hell of it. Let's see what we can get out of this. Because it does seem very probable that those things could be smuggled. Mr. LeBlanc has something to do with the smuggling ring. And it's possible this fake statue was brought on board in Zangfa. I think I need to question him a bit further. Okay, we'll talk to him now then. Fake. About your statue, Mr. LeBlanc. I wonder if it might be a fake. What? How dare you say my art is fake? I suspect that your statue might be the target of an international smuggling ring. Don't say such fantastical things. Those thieves would not dare. I have the certification of my cargo right here. Do you mean a cargo certification document? Mr. Ziegler-Blanc, why didn't you say so earlier? Please show it to us at once. I can't read this. What does it say? It says as plain as day that cargo was put onto the plane in Europe. And there you have it, Miles Edgeworth. Too bad for you. This statue was brought on board in Europe, just as it states in the certificate. No, that's... Which means that there never was a window of time in which the statue wasn't sitting there. Dang. Stupid document. Oh, jeez. Well, there goes our theory. I respectfully disagree. Oh, wait, maybe not. We can't discuss the theory until I see the statue for myself. You can have your wish. Look at it yourself and see I am right. This... I know I've seen this somewhere before. This is the Alfred? It gives us such a feeling of art! I can practically smell it! The statue has a high amount of historic value. After it was unveiled at a museum in Europe, I brought it to this country to exhibit it. I believe a closer look is warranted here. Yeah? I guess it is. Let's go ahead and examine it here. So this is the infamous Alfred statue. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Did you find something? There's something wrong with this picture. We should examine it in more detail. He says that there's something wrong. Well, you know, I have seen this thing before. No, look at this photo. It was found in Mr. Hicks's pocket. As you can see, there's the statue, but look. Something should be popping out at you guys right there. This must have been when the statue was still in the on exhibit. And yeah, there's something not quite right here. So as you can see, I can point this out real quick. Let's look at the eyes. Something's not right with the eyes. Is this spot? Yeah, it is, because once again, you look at the photo, it has red eyes, when this one has, like, you know, beigeish yellowish eyes. These eyes are awfully orange, don't you think? Okay, maybe they're orange. I'm colorblind, apparently. Yeah, I'm pretty. They remind me of the sunsets when I was in a grade school, sir. I don't think you see what I'm talking about. No, I do, but it's really like the color of the sun when it's setting, sir. Ah, the memories. I remember standing out in that field, spinning with my arms out until I fell ill. I don't care about sunsets. Focus, detective. What color are the eyes in this photo? Uh-huh. Ah, sir, they're red. As I thought. This statue is a fake. Mr. LeBlanc? What do you want? Do you know I am a busy man? I allow you 2 seconds for your answer. The Alfred, I suppose this is your pride and joy, is it not? Is the biggest trophy on this European trip. Do you know why I wanted to possess the statue? The trick started 17 years ago. Better grab a chair, sir. Sounds like this is going to be a long story. Mr. LeBlanc, I regret to inform you, and you have my heartfelt sympathy, but, what is that? Sympathy? For what? You'll see. I'd like you to compare the eyes. That large fellow there has very bright and pretty eyes compared to you. I wasn't talking about the two of us. I meant the eyes of the statue in front of us and the one in this photo. What is Sonny yelling? Now then. Ooh! It's a photo of the statue displayed at a museum in Europe. Ah! Now do you see, Mr. LeBlanc? The statue before us is a fake. A fake?! I believe that even further examination will be required, now that we have confirmed that this is indeed a fake. There must be some sort of proof that this was brought on board in Zhangfa. And I'll present to you evidence that will resolve the remaining contradiction. Well, I guess we can just go ahead and present the, if I can get out of this. No, out. Do I have to examine more? No, I don't want... No, I don't... No. I didn't mean... Oh, I'm skipping through this. Or do I have to? No. No, no. How do I get... No. No. Oh, God, I thought I exit... No, I'm not trying to deduce anything. How do I get... Wait a minute, this isn't cool. Okay, get out. I am not... No. Hold a minute. Can I present something? I want to present the cargo real quick if I can do that. Load on board. Yeah. Okay. Okay, why can't I exit out of this? This... Wait. No, wait a minute. Maybe because I'm not done yet. Oh. Of course, I had to exit out. Okay, see... okay, now I get it. I'm an idiot. Okay, see this drape right here? If you also look at the... let's deduce this real quick. If you also look at the cargo hold, you can see that the drape says Zhang Fa. So, I think that proves that, yeah, there you go. I think that shows what we want. At least I hope so. Maybe I'm not right. What do you think? I think it's really suspicious looking, sir. My well-trained gut tells me so. Okay, I'm mistaken. Damn it, I was wrong. Okay. I think I'm a little bit, wait a minute. Could this be... Maybe I'm doing the wrong thing. I know I have to do something with this drape. Thought so anyway. Wait a minute. Oh, I think that's stupid. I think they're... yeah, okay. They didn't want you to do it here. They want you to do it here because it's on it. This huge thing is on it. Okay, yeah, I got it. This explains it. Ugh. Jeez. Like I said, it's been a little while since I played this, but I'm trying to get things back to me. There's clearly a contradiction here. What are you going on about? It's just a simple case of a cargo cover getting stuck underneath another piece of cargo. That's not possible! But it is. It shouldn't be this way, but the statue's on top of this cloth. Supposing that the neighboring piece of cargo was brought on board in Zhang Fa, there's no way that any part of it should wind up underneath something from Europe. Which means that this fake statue was smuggled on board in Zhang Fa. But then what about the cargo certificate? Let me ask in return, what about Agent Hicks? Why did he come down here in the middle of the flight? There's only one reason why. To secure proof of smuggling activity on board his flight. So you say, but I don't believe he had to do that mid-flight. We could have just as easily inspected all the cargo after the plane landed. That may be true. However, you may have it backwards, Franziska. Sure, Agent Hicks could have waited until after our plane had landed, but he had a reason for coming down to the cargo hold. Suppose he had found a fake at the airport. It would have been after the swap had occurred. At that time, the suspicion would naturally fall to the statue's owner, who would have no way to prove the statue was switched without his knowledge. Which means there is someone involved who was forging or modifying cargo certificates. There we go. And now we're done with the investigation. And I healed up a little bit from my stupid mistake. I guess the victim knew the real version of this was going to get nabbed, huh? Yes, while this photo could be seen as nothing more than a simple souvenir, it was in fact taken to be used as a reference document later on. Next, as Agent Hicks had to secure proof that the smuggling had taken place, he came down here to take a picture of the cargo hold, a rather empty one at that, right before the fake statue could be loaded on board. A photo of the hold missing a valuable piece of cargo would have been proof enough. After that, all he had to do was hold the Zhang Fa cargo crew and arrest the smuggler. Exactly. This only goes to prove my theory. If the statue was not in the cargo hold during the Europe Zhang Fa leg on the trip, there would have been enough height from which Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death. Officer! Move the statue immediately! I want a thorough examination of the floor underneath. Now! How the hell is it going to prove it? Mr. Arcaba, ready to report my findings! Go on. After moving the Alifred statue out of the way, we tested the area around it with luminol, and there was a reaction. So there must have been blood. Or I believe so anyway. I think that's what luminol can detect. Yep. I see. There was a reaction to luminol, an indication that there was blood in that spot. Ugh. Can we stop looking at it now, sirs? It would seem that my deductions were correct after all. I suppose it would appear that way. The culprit cleaned the blood up well. And how do you think the killer did that? How did the killer clean up all the blood? Well, there is blood on this cloth, and if we took a look earlier, you can know that they had a large they had a large shipment of this stuff in, so yeah. The killer used a bloody cloth I found inside a suitcase to clean up the mess. I see. They had a need to clean up all the blood before the plane landed in Zhengfa. Yes, because otherwise the cargo crew would have discovered it during the layover. So you guys are saying that the murder happened before the plane landed in Zhengfa? There's no other conceivable timeline for the events of the murder. But if that is true, then that throws a certain person's testimony into doubt. If the murder occurred there before we landed in Zhengfa, then this becomes highly suspect. Wait, what? That doesn't sound right. Then this becomes highly suspect. Oh, whatever. So yeah, I think Rhoda and LeBlanc's testimonies can be okay, but hers... something is up with hers, now that I think about it. Recall Miss Miller's testimony by Agent Hicks in regard to when we departed Zhengfa. See, she's sitting in a seat at 5 a.m. She claims Agent Hicks was alive at the time of the service calls, but that totally contradicts the facts, sir! But why would she lie about something like that? I think the only person who can answer that is Miss Mealy herself. Ah, I think we're getting somewhere now. Well, in any case, perhaps we're gonna go talk with her next time, guys. So, as usual, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth. I'll see you guys later.